Good day, financial planning world. Dan Davis, co-founder and president, ADK Wealth Advisory Group. So, as you know, we check in periodically on best practices. And while we as a group of advisors don't typically get in the medical or elder care space that much, our clients do, just by the very fact of their aging. And so I often receive phone calls, probably twice a year, from a child, dad's just fallen, blah, 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 or a husband or wife, and they're in a crisis situation, and they're asking, what do we do? And that's not really our expertise, but in the last decade, I've started to connect in with different networks that have that expertise. And so I'm joined today by Tim Vossi. His expertise really is in that particular space. So for example, he spent the last 20 plus years in senior care industry. He's located in St. Louis, and two of the major institutions there, Friendship Village and Bethesda, he was their CFO. As a result of that experience, he started a company called My Circle, which is a life-at-home advisor, and their real outcome desire is personalized solutions to help people age in place. So, Tim, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me today, Dan.
What have been some of the sort of the big ahas that you've had, problems, if you will, that you've seen with people that you have cared for, and what do you think that means to the financial planning world that we're talking to?
Yeah, so from the financial planning world aspect, it's all about they've accumulated resources and how do they use those resources for the rest of their lives. And a lot of times the financial planner may get the call, I'm moving to X, Y, and Z,
right,
and I need a big check to move in or to buy in and all of those things.
We've had those calls.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, and
I need $350,000.
I've appreciated the checks I've collected along the years with those.
Right.
But that real estate solution, a lot of consumers don't know that there's other options, and it sometimes doesn't align with their goals. Senior living is a wonderful lifestyle, but it's not for everyone. And on that what they want side of the equation, a lot of times seniors feel like they have no place to go other than to the retirement community, but they want to stay in their home.
Right.
And we're about making that happen for them.
I've even, my mom, for example, I've had these conversations with her, and she is just adamant. I mean, even to the point where she would basically say, I would prefer that you guys give me like the Kevorkian solution than have me go to a nursing home. She's that adamant about it. Now, I have made her purchase a long-term care policy that has the home care rider and all that. So when we talked, you had mentioned that like 90% of seniors prefer to be able to stay at home, but only like 20% of them have any kind of plan or something like that. Speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, the most recent survey after COVID is that 93% of seniors want to live in their homes. The interesting question was the next one they asked was, how many people have a plan to accomplish that? Do you have a plan to reach that goal? Just like financial planning, I want to retire with X dollars. The question was, do you want to stay at home forever? Yes. And then the next question, do you know how you're going to do that? No, falls off the table.
Right.
Less than 20% have any idea how they're going to reach that goal.
When I've interacted with our clients' kids that get pulled into that or their spouse, they don't even know that there's a network, an existing care group that they can plug into. And I've just been scratching on the surface. Walk me through some of the, I'll call it marketplace solutions that you see, and then what are some of the custom personalized solutions that you see you guys using?
Yeah, the first thing, like you started to mention, the consumer a lot of time is uneducated when mom first starts to get older or there's a need.
Right.
And just the definition and the words that people use of what the products are out there is confusing.
Right.
And they're not all the same. Right. So there's no apples to apples comparison where I can just line up the different flavors and compare.
Right.
So one, they have to figure out the marketplace. And then, is it best for mom? And what happens, it ends up being an emotional, sometimes rapid decision.
Right, when they're overwhelmed.
When they don't have time to really step back and look at it. So us as that life-at-home advisor,
right,
if they want senior living, we're not against that. We're just saying, make sure you look at all your options before you do something that you can't reverse or is really costly to reverse the course.
So we're talking to a group of advisors that are fairly senior in their experience. Talk to them about, if they were to reach out to you, what would you be able to do to help them?
Yeah, so the first thing we do, and you might have already gathered the information from your client, is what is their long-term goal? Where do they want to live out their days? And if that is the lifestyle of a retirement community or something of that nature, then what are the financial ramifications? That industry coming out of it, they've changed the product mix and changed the product offering, that there are so many different financial ways to get into a community that needs to be analyzed. It's not just about writing that check. It's projecting that check for the rest of their lives and knowing what all those other options are. Some people think, I can't stay in my home because the laundry room's in the basement. Well, I moved the laundry room to the main floor and spend 15 grand. Well, that's only 3 months rent in the retirement community, for example. So you look at the options that are all out there, and there is that math of doing the math to say, no, this is cheaper on this side of the equation, so let's do this, and it aligns with my goal of what I want.
Excellent, excellent. And so while you're in St. Louis and you primarily do your consulting in St. Louis, but you're available to help advisors on an hourly consulting basis so that they can plug in, walk these advisors through how that might look for them.
Yes, so our process, it's called the My Circle Way, and we work with that client of yours and you in conjunction to take them through all those questions that get deeper into what their goals and their objectives are. So even though we might not be in that physical city with you to create all the support that's needed for the services, creating that plan, we know the right questions to ask, and we know those details and the product offerings to talk to them about, so they can have confidence to move forward in a direction that they want, that supports their financial outcomes and what the financial advisors work so hard to create resources for.
And if they would like to reach out to you to get connected to help them help others, how would they go about doing that?
Me directly. So I'm the founder of My Circle. So my phone number is 314-780-0128. And our website is mycircle365.com. And my email address is tim.vosse, V as in Victor, O-S-S-E, at mycircle365.com.
I can tell you that our clients will be using Tim and his services. I hope that you're able to plug in with him to help others as well. And we'll sign off from St. Louis, wishing you the best in growing your practice and serving people as you pursue excellence. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.
If you'd like more information on how My Circle can help you or your loved one live their best life, I invite you to call us today at 314-780-0045. Or head over to our website, mycircle365.com.